Welcome back to the third and final installment of our lower body flexibility follow along. If the first two you found totally fine, then this one should hopefully throw in a new exercises to challenge you a bit more. Let's get started. We're going to start again with downward dog, and this is great again for building in that calf stretching, warming up the shoulders and getting that hip hinge. So I'm going to alternate again because I prefer this for sort of intensifying that calf stretch. And again, I'm just going to go 10 repetitions each side. That's 3 and 4. Again, continuing 10 reps, just pausing in that calf stretch. From here, we're going to go into a single leg good morning, and we're doing this to isolate one hamstring at a time. So you're going to have a separated stance. So you've got your toe sort of in line with the heel of the front foot, and your front foot is the hamstring we're going to be stretching now. So I'm going to take a bend in the knee with this leg. I'm going to fold over, and I'm trying to again suck my belly into the thigh of this leg. So I'm actively pulling with my hip flexors to extend that hamstring. I'm going to try and reach towards the floor. And I'm going to hold this stretch for 30 seconds, but I'm actively pulling into it. I'm going to try and increase that stretch as I'm holding this position. So about 10 seconds in, I'm going to try and come a little bit deeper and increase that intensity. Try and go a little bit deeper again. And we're going to swap legs. So simply just bring that foot behind this time. I'm going to bend that back knee of that leg. And then come forward. Again, I'm sucking my belly into my thigh. I'm actively trying to hinge at the hip, creating that stretch in hamstring. And I'm going to try and measure my depth with my hands. I've got a good stretch here, so I'm going to start here and hold this for 10 seconds before increasing that depth. Okay, so we've been working on hamstrings, and we're going to then move again into hip extension here. So we're going to do this through a long lunge position. So I want you to assume a sort of lunging position where you're going to go into a lunge, a bit like we did before in level 2. But from here, I want you to extend out, and now the width of this lunge is going to depend on your flexibility of your hip flexor and a bit of the strength as well. So this is an active position. From here, in this lunge position, where we've already started to lunge in, I want you to think about or be very conscious of your depth in this lunge. So from this position, I want you to maintain the depth, but extend that back knee here, so getting that further extension in that leg. I'm going to hold this position for 20 seconds. You can kind of vary the assistance in this, so you can take all the weight through the lunge, or you can have a little bit of support on the knee. Kind of vary this to your ability level. We're just going to swap around, other side this time. Again, what we're looking for is the length of the lunge, but also the depth. So I don't want to be coming too far forwards, and I want to lean forwards. I want to keep my body upright again. We're looking for hip extension, so upright, extend that knee, keep that depth into your long lunge position. Again, hold for 20 seconds. From here, we're gonna then start working on the hip abductors. So previously we've been doing the horse squat, but here I want to come into a straddle position. So come into your widest straddle. So we're gonna start working the hip abductors, but we're gonna do a little bit of combination of things here. So if you remember in level 2, we did the revolver stretch. We're gonna start with that one. So we're gonna do it with both legs out. We're gonna do 10 seconds each side. So starting right hand side. That's 10 seconds on that side. We're gonna come to 10 seconds on this side. From here, we're going to do some pancake pulses. So we're going to pulse from one side to the other, and we're going to then come back across. We're going to do 10 pulses each side. I want you to do this actively. It's not ballistic stretching, it's active pulsing. So you're pulling yourself in and then back out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm trying to reach as far across the floor as possible. Trying to get that depth, that fold in the hip. 9 and 10, and I'm going to come back across. So 11, 12. From here, we're going to increase the width of our straddle and repeat again. So either shuffle your legs further apart, or the easier way to do it is to shuffle your hips in, making your straddle move further apart. So now we're generating a good stretch through the hip adductors in the straddle position. We're going to hold this for time. So let's hold this for 20 seconds before we repeat the whole thing one more time. So I'm going to go back to the revolver stretch, hands going under, and I'm reaching over. Into the other leg. And into pancake pulses. Remember, active, you're tensing your hip flex and your quads to lift your legs up, you're pulling yourself in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For one last time, we're going to increase the width of this straddle again. So I'm shuffling myself into this position, feet are going wider apart. Again, intensifying that stretch through the hip adductors, and hold this final position again for 20 seconds. Okay, and the final part of this session is going to be, again, we're going to look at some rotation of the spine and some movement through the thoracic cage. We're going to do this through a scorpion stretch. So here, laying prone on the floor, you're going to hands out to your side, and the aim of this one is to reach across with the opposite leg and try, if you can, touch your hand. The easier variation is to the floor, We're going to try and come all the way across. I'm going to alternate sides. And that's level 3 done. I hope you enjoyed that one. Maybe that was a bit more challenging than the first two. If you enjoy this stuff and you want to see more, please let us know in the comments below. Otherwise, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.